Ah,
Doesn't really matter though.
Your stream doesn't like our shenanigans? No.
I want to give you guys your privacy. Anyways.
Snow plows.
Okay. Snow plows. Even in context, it's pretty random. Anyways. Your team, after coming to the library, speaking with librarians, and more or less trying to get answers out of them that they honestly don't know or don't have. They are not omnipotent. They are not omnipresent. They're just dudes that are really into the Underdark and giant culture.
And they don't have a copy of the PDF.
Even if they did, they would probably have an issue with it.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't like it.
Since they're being run by the DM. Anyways, you were given information that the Fungus Queen is heading towards Menzoberranzan, and so is just about everyone else. Right now, you're at the library, which is at the crossroads of everything else. Given the information you have at hand, and given the circumstances of what you have right now, you were told that there were a few ways to deal with them. One significant way was to turn them against each other. You just need to figure out a way to do that. One of you commune with your own deity of choice. And we're told that the easiest one you can probably work with is the Fungus Queen, since she values strength in various forms. The other one's more brutish and probably more dangerous to do or work with. Maybe. You weren't given too heavily not suspicions, too heavily detailed on those, but she was the easier one to commune with.
Yeah,
Although
we were told that the Demogorgon can't be persuaded.
Yeah, they're more murder.
Beast
La la la, I'm not listening. Slaughter, slaughter.
I've
Yeah.
got blood in my ears.
So when speaking, ending your conversation with the librarians, one of them did state, I forgot the wording they gave you, but something along the lines of, if you do manage to head out of the library, you're welcome to come here or stay here if you'd like, but soon enough, this area will come to folly if nothing is done. You may try to commune with they go to Vezeran, a high. I was gonna say high druid, but that's not correct. A high wizard that's also doing research here. They might be able to assist you. And then I think one of you asked, who are they, or like, what do they look like? And they said something along the lines of, they are a high mage of the Drow that is currently finding a way to stop them. I'm not entirely sure. They might be able to assist you. And that's where you left off, because in my notes it just says, team stopped before meeting Vezeran. Dude, PDF says they have to meet.
Oh, geez, how can we argue with such compelling logic?
That was my notes. The PDF says, after discovering everything that they want to, they go to Vezeran. If they don't, he seeks them out. Having finished his own research.
That's convenient. Well, we could go ahead and give him a chase. We could go check out that altar to Demogorgon and Sloobadoop and see how long it takes that guy to catch up to us. We could jog just to make sure he gets a good workout. Who's with me? Nope, no forced marches. Okay.
Are we going back to Sloopadoop?
What was that about?
Are we going back to Sloopadoop? Did we just...
I don't know. We just know that there's an altar to Demogorgon there. So I
Right,
guess
but-
it really depends on how fussy somebody is about what they urinate on.
But I mean,
Wait,
we couldn't deal with Demogorgon.
It was just an altar to the Demogorgon, not like an actual in-person meeting. I hope. I guess it really depends on just how it reacts to bodily fluids placed in contact with stonework devoted to it.
I mean,
I get you
Gothos has
wanna
already
be on it.
defaced that monument.
Oh yeah, didn't we want to like consecrate it or something like that? Defile it via purity or something?
You reconsecrating, but I think I just defaced them.
I wonder if holy urine is a thing.
I
I
guess
can't
if
believe
they
that thought crossed my mind.
if they bless the urine, then yeah, I guess it would be holy, wouldn't it?
No.
I'm not sticking my finger in that.
What if you start by drinking a lot of holy water?
Like, to be precise, no, you can't. You can't. Well, you can physically purify urine. You can't bless it. In fact, I forgot who. I think it was a cardinal of the church. Was using the wrong holy water, so they quite literally stepped down from their position. It has to be specific.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, you have to have a specific water and a specific salt. And
I don't
it
know,
has
I
to be
feel like-
mixed in a stone bowl.
I feel like we're getting railroaded into a suboptimal solution here.
Why are we pissing holy water on a statue?
Antidote states, I honestly
Did I miss
don't
a
know.
thing?
Doesn't it
Boom.
ruin Demogorgon's day or something?
Probably not.
Pretty sure he's not gonna care. Maybe holy water would work,
Like-
but yeah, I think we can get off the urine train.
Probably. Honestly.
Yeah, well,
And at this point, he's
Related
probably already been
question.
summoned.
yeah, related question. Why are you pissing off the anger god?
Isn't he already there?
Yeah, so why make him angry at you?
When isn't he already angry?
Yeah, at everything, not you specifically.
It's not directed.
Why are you seeking the focus? Is that what he did? Yeah. Well, it's not gonna help send him back, is it?
Aren't we? I'm sorry. What about whatever happened with the fungus person we were gonna go try to talk to again?
Oh,
I
that's
think she's
over
still
there on the
picking
right
out a
side.
wedding gown.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry. Go back. I just saw my note and was like, what did we do with that?
No, that kind of was the plan.
Yeah.
Just to go show her our strength or something like that?
Well, we already did. We already murdered her.
Well,
Yeah,
I know, but
this
now
time
we
have
need to
do
go
it in a negotiating fashion.
and we gotta get her to trick the other people.
Just got to turn her against the other people.
I don't know who this is. It's just such a total heel. I mean, the last time we killed you, he just didn't care. Do you really want somebody like that in your life who's not going to be there for you when it really matters?
Man, Boom sounds
Yes.
toxic.
I heard he called you fat.
Toxic masculinity. Jesus.
While you're discussing potential ways of tricking a woman into not tricking a demon into not marrying another demon, female form, but still demon. A man like rounds the corner because I guess this is a good enough reason for them to be here.
Yeah, we just blew our head start.
Rounds the corner of the library. Oh, he's smaller than he's supposed to be. Does it matter? There's no grid here.
I should be a little bit.
There you
Oh, such a friendly person.
A very stern-looking individual, but honestly, most high-end wizards kind of look that way. I'm just making sure I didn't insult any of the PCs. Well, technically, Boom, kind of. No, different kind of wizard. Looks towards you, book in hand, surprised. Can I help you in something?
I don't know. Do you know anything about stopping fiendish weddings?
He was closing the book. Well, he was reading the book, but he closes it soon after. You mentioned this. He does say, Uh, it's funny that you mentioned that. I don't know why I came around this corner. Maybe it's because I was meant to.
Magical library. Yeah.
That's honestly a possibility. Well, I should probably introduce myself first. Evening. My name is. Man, I'm probably gonna butcher it again. I'm just gonna start with Vizerian. Vizeran.
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 Yeah. And look at that. And he's got his text in some sort of portable document format.
Are
Yeah, we've
you-
been walking out of the library for 2 days. We've seen plenty of books.
You just never opened them, any of them. You just spoke with people.
I've seen them, but I never understood their function.
He
If
puts
you
it.
stack enough of them, you can make an elevated bed.
I suppose you can. But anyways, I came here to study the initial prospects of what had happened with the foolish Grumph some time ago. Unfortunately, no, do go on.
I was just going to say I'm unfamiliar with this Grumph.
Well, that fool Grumph brought the demon lords down upon us, with the demon queen pulling his strings all the while. He has given Lolth free. I'm reading the PDF at this point. He has, so I'll let you know when he finishes talking. He has given.
Oh, what's that name? No.
Wait, what? Groom's just not involved in this?
He has given Lolth free reign in the abyss. My own research leads me to believe Grumph used Fizrez, pretty sure pronouncing that wrong, to achieve such a summoning, though I am sure he didn't attend this result. Imbecile. You can say I can save you months of research time we clearly don't have. The information I found here has confirmed my theories, and I know how to banish the demon lords back to the abyss. We can do this only if we work together. If you are willing and daring enough to directly challenge the demon lords, or perhaps foolhardily is the better word. And
Hey, man, you asked us. Yeah. Tell us all about your plan.
all right, unfortunately, I cannot tell you this here. We will need to head over to my Tower of Vengeance.
Oh, that's reassuring. Insight check, by the
Cool
way.
name.
Yeah, good idea. This Tower of Vengeance, yeah,
Well,
that requires insight.
To be precise, go ahead and roll and say it's
Holy
the
crap, did you change the
Tower
character
of
sheet?
Vengeance.
No?
Because the character sheet's suddenly all super fancy for me.
Dark
It's
mode.
normal.
Well, the dark mode, yes, but also in a lot of things were altered. Not heavily, but it should look a little bit different, even with dark mode on or
It's like
Uh,
just some borders and stuff.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh.
Pico, can I get some expert guidance? No? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh boy,
Still had
I
the
am
advantage
not
on.
good for insight.
I rolled a
Oh.
1.
I
Brack,
was
you
wrong about-
believe this man? You believe this man? Boom, you also believe this man, but he probably has an ulterior reason why he wants to do this, other than just for the good of all.
Very good.
He really hates Grumph.
Really hates Grumph. Yeah, you.
Yeah, and I'm sure Hitler hated Stalin.
You honestly do believe that he wants these things gone. For what reason, you don't know, but you believe he's holding something back, Boom. It's not as if he isn't willing to tell you. Well, not here at the very least. Same with Kobo. Like, you can ask him why he doesn't want to tell you this here.
Yeah, I guess we can go to his inviting sounding Tower of Vengeance.
I just want to see us all crammed in another small circular room, like 45 people in a small tower. Like, okay, yeah, this is better for your secrets.
Well, he looks at you when you're like trying to insight him. Well, to be precise, it's not technically titled the Tower of Vengeance. It is my tower in Araj. It's a stronghold where we can discuss matters further.
So a stronghold of vengeance.
Like in my head, I just sometimes call it Fort Kickass. So sorry. Yeah.
I honestly was just remembering the next chapter's title.
The Tower of Vengeance.
Vengeance.
Title card. All right,
Yeah,
so we go to the tower.
Okay. You begin to walk ways, and one of I'm gonna assume, let's see, Z Team and Shield Guardians are the guys remaining alive. Z Team, being more upfront about things, goes, "Hey, yeah. So, why can't we just talk here? You know, out in the open, where we potentially don't die in your Tower of Vengeance." The walls here literally have echoes and ears, lingering forever. My home is the only secure enough place to speak openly, without problems or concerns. If the name is the thing that's causing you problems, it was a nickname someone gave it.
Yeah, I do have to admit that I do get bothered when a non-tower structure is called a tower.
See, it's the Underdark. Everything's of the vengeance and of doom. No, that's just how they name everything down here.
I mean, do you know how annoying it is when you're led to believe you're going to be attacking a tower, and then you show up and you find out that you brought all the wrong siege weapons?
No, you had Gothos and Kobo being Underdark adjacent people. They're probably just like, yeah, nothing is ever named like the Summer Fields. It's like, no, that's Spider Death Cave. That over there is like Sharp Rock Cave. Like everything is wicked bad. It's like the Tower of Vengeance. It's like, it's better than the Tower of Infinite Death.
Well, to be precise, my tower is literally just named the Tower.
I just do vengeful things there.
I mean, I just know that siege ladders make terrible ramps.
He does state, if everyone's prepared, it is a 10-day trek heading towards Menzoberranzan.
Oh, jeez, I thought it was a tower and part of the library.
No.
All right, well, jeez. It's on the way to Menzoberranzan, you say?
Correct.
See, I told you we should have had a head start.
Is it all in the way or the opposite way of the Fungus Queen?
I
From
don't know what you're imploring
Okay,
about,
yeah,
but
take a look at
maybe in
this
the
map
middle?
here that I've. Take a look at the map here that I have.
you show a map. He does state it is around here, I suppose. Ugly green dot.
I guess that works.
Yeah, that looks like a good spot to be indecisive, and it's not wasting too much time, I guess.
And is this guy a dark elf?
No, but he is a drow. Yeah. I'm pretty
Say
sure.
an albino drow.
No, just a drow. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it beforehand. The librarian did state that there was a drow, high or archmage, studying here. He rounded the corner, and this is probably the guy, unless there's two of them.
This could be a doppelganger.
That's
Could
the
be.
arc adjacent mage.
Yeah. You do have the provisions to make it there. It's just you'll be running out within a week with the remaining food you have. So keep that in mind.
How's the food stock down at the old tower? there, Vizaran?
For me, it's good enough for another month, but looks like your team maybe a week if you run out of food by then. I suppose.
I mean, supplies are running a little low. I think. I've just been informed by the quartermaster.
Nom Nom, the quartermaster, looks at you. Half full of food. Nods. You're wondering why you're running low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if there's any like foraging or like that sort of a natural bounty along the way, that would be a good thing that we could visit.
In fact, the exact opposite. Thankfully enough, with little to no food around there and little pathways to it, without being cramped, there is nearly safety there. At least the best the Underdark can offer. So your lizard mounds unfortunately can't go into the tower, but you can stay around the tower and they should be fine. I mean, unless they can dislocate bones.
Sorry. Out of game, how does... I feel like I didn't catch that.
He basically said the tower is a pretty, if not the safest place in the Underdark right now. However,
Yeah, but it don't have no food.
But the exact reason why there's no food around it is because there's no territorial predators there, so they don't have to be in that area. Like, no food, why would you bother staying there?
Yeah, it's safe because it's in the middle of a desert.
Yeah. Vizrian does state, we can hunt along the way, but once we arrive 3 days into it, there will be scarcity of food.
So it's a 10-day journey, you said, or a week journey?
10 days.
10 days. So we have a week before the 3-day exclusion zone to hunt.
Correct.
And forage.
Okay.
Well, unless the library has any larders, that's what we got to do.
Unfortunately, well, it doesn't say they do or do not. But a giant's got to eat.
There's our little basilisk buddy. Maybe he can show us the way.
Yeah. The basilisk buddy shows you around the town where you are given 3 additional rations per person. So an additional 3 days, which is good. So a total of a week. Well, technically 17 days. And then 3 more. So total of 20. After the 10 days, you'll be out of 10 unless you go hunting during this time. So someone go ahead and roll survival for the first day. See if you find anything on the road.
Yeah, see, that's like party rations for everybody because I have personal rations and stuff.
Yep. Okay. That's 10. That is not good enough to find something on the road. You find like small shoots of.
Are we gonna do this like one person does it, or are we all gonna do it? Okay. Can we give him advantage?
No.
Okay.
Brack, you were saying.
I have this. I can feed 5 people on the road.
Wanderer.
As long as the food exists, he can find it for 5 people.
Yep.
It's a background trait.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if the first applies to the second. I don't think so, technically. Like
it's recall.
Because it says in addition.
Yeah.
So it's 2 parts.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine. Well, yeah, I guess.
It's like he can remember the train he's seen, but also he can smell mushrooms.
Yeah. So on the way there, you will be able to feed everyone. You won't lose any rations. It's just at a certain point, you won't gain any rations either, which is fine if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 days later, Brack really
just
helping
another
out.
opportunity for
With the
elephant
food.
meat.
Let's roll a day. I mean, if Bract is just doing his wonder thing, someone else can roll.
I guess that's true.
We can try and see who does the worst.
Yeah, except for Brack. Brack unfortunately cannot fail at this.
Everybody
Everyone
gets a
else,
day.
go ahead and roll survival checks.
Everyone has their
Alright,
own has their own gathering day.
So that works out to be what? Two attempts for each of us?
No, 7. So, I guess
Oh.
one person gets to go twice.
Yeah.
Bract went the first day, so
Survival, you said? We
Yes,
all
survival.
roll?
Gothos, you find a good amount of mushrooms that are not poisonous.
Mm.
Toulouse, you find a good amount of protein snakes that, if you can eat snake.
If a fish?
you can eat snake.
No. I mean like your character. I don't know if your character would want to eat a snake. Up to you. But yeah, you got 18. You find a nice freshwater pond that you can find fish in as well.
Yay!
14 isn't bad. Boom, you find small spiders in the area.
Oh, that'll make a certain someone angry.
Good traveling snack.
I tried it. Deep fried spiders.
How much fish did I find?
I think Echo will be happy with that.
Each of you find 2 rations except for Gothos. Gothos finds man, that's another 20. 5 rations, I guess.
Hot diggity.
And
we don't decrease because of Bract.
yeah. So these are in addition to what you already have. And
Yeah, I gotta sit for a
Kobo,
while.
what's the D6 for?
I was trying to roll inspiration, but nobody added it to their thing, so mine's just an 18 there.
18 is also pretty good. What Kobo be looking for? I don't know.
Not
Escargot.
Things that dragons eat.
You find a
Group of adventurers.
group of adventurers. Roll initiative now. You find a baby flail snail that you can eat.
Okay.
It's a very big
Ah.
snail.
Yeah,
hold
baby.
that one.
It's a 4-pound snail.
I gotta hold out one of the spiders to Echo, and it's like, oh, do you have a taste for these?
Still not giving it a voice. They just shake their head no.
Well, you can always surprise me if you're gonna be the one running the familiar.
I told you to give me.
Have you ever
Attitude,
seen
go
more or
with
less.
this?
Have you
I
ever
don't
seen
know. A
Fern?
country bat sounds like a nice way to go.
I guess. Alright, let's just go with that. You ask them like, would you eat this? Holds up spider. Your bat looks down and shakes their head no, and in common, I guess, because I don't remember what other language you could speak. Boom. I think they can speak any language. I think they can speak any language you speak, but we'll just go with common. They go, well, in tarnation, we can't eat spiders down here in the Underdark. They're all connected to the Weave, the very nation and core of the Loth Spider Queen. Woo-wee!
Can we hear him?
Yeah,
That
Sounds like
includes-
he was
Come on,
awakened. He can speak.
well,
Yeah, it's not
whole
like a psychic
conversation about how
communication,
we were not gonna say that name. We had a whole
I'm pretty
big. You were
sure-
there.
I'm pretty sure we agree we can say the name. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So long as you're not like doing something dumb, like
Killing a spider.
like killing a spider in the Underdark or peeing on their altar.
All right. Well, how about a little bit of jerky from one of my rations instead?
Jerky sounds mighty fine, so long as you don't have any venison.
Yeah, I think I forgot to pack some of that on our last supply up.
Bothos has 40 rations in his bag of colding. There may very well be venison in there.
Yeah, there's probably at least one moo cow.
It's the
It's
first thing
just
I
a
thought
bunch
of.
of collected weird stuff. I got mushrooms. I got meats. I think at one point I had half a cow in there.
Have a cow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna have one of the NPCs roll for the final day. Wire finds a whole bunch of centipedes.
Everyone is like,
You're in the Underdark, man. You've had
Yeah,
a lot of
Gothos
bugs
is-
and mushrooms.
Gothos probably is like a crunchy.
They taste better if you bat them around a bit first.
When you cook the venom, it's a unique taste.
Well, that just kills the spice.
Okay, and
Yeah, it's
It all
true. You
makes your
can
mouth
just
tingle. It's too plain.
no, with the venom, so long as you don't have any cuts in your mouth, you're fine. Venom hurts your blood, not your stomach.
potentially both.
Nope. I have a degree in toxicology in real life.
Yeah, but this is D&D. Your logic doesn't make sense here.
Just saying, that's the definition. Poisonous is if you eat it, it harms you. Venomous, if it bites you, it hurts you. Toxic, if he touches you, it hurts you.
Yeah. I believe you. I'm just being a contrarian. Anyways,
Although I think if you eat something venomous in a rather poor way, it could be poisonous as well.
Well, like I said, if you have any cuts in your mouth or anything.
Which you can easily do.
Or an ulcer.
But
Uh,
in general, stomach acid denatures the proteins that are associated with venoms.
you say this to the team. Gothos would probably know this as well. It's probably the reason why he's immune to certain conditions as a paladin. Anyways,
Yeah.
Man, Tannhauser taught you a lot.
Antidote just talks in his sleep.
probably. He would also know this, but both people would make sense for them to know. Eventually, you do reach the tower. 3 days in, there is a quite literal nothing period. As well, there's nothing here. If you weren't being led by, man, I'm blanking on the name that you corrected me on.
Viserion.
Gothos. Viserion, you would not expect anyone to be living here. The area is musty, it is old, it is decrepit. The walls themselves feel this way, and there's not a structure in sight so far. Eventually, you do open up into a clearing. And in that clearing, there is a 10-foot door, soft purple light outlines the word Araj. I think that's how you pronounce it. Araj. A drow word for vengeance. Across its surface, in spidery elvish script. He points towards it on the map, and he does state, "All right, we're." Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Wait, what am I? Is this map upside down?
Oh, okay, that
Okay.
kind of makes sense, I guess.
I start wondering which of us in the party is the meatiest. Because I want to take note if he starts looking at that particular person.
Well, I mean,
I guess Brat would have the most bulk on him, but Nom Nom would be the most meatiest, I guess. But because he's smaller, not as much. He
plus if
like-
you want to eat somebody, I mean, celestial flesh.
he pays attention to most of you. Like whenever you like ask something, or more than likely say, "Are we there yet?" But like
All right.
he doesn't pinpoint someone down. Like you'll be good for dinner. No, he's been eating
Yeah,
like
just making
jerky food here and there. Nothing terribly fresh, but nothing bad. No, like humanoid flesh, I guess. But he does say the word of vengeance, Araj, in Drow. Well, in Elvish. And 100 feet away, there is a door that opens up in this area. It's on a wall that feels as if it's in place, but the door itself is out of place. The passage behind the secret door is narrow enough that you need to move through it in single file, occasionally turning sideways to squeeze. It takes about an hour to navigate its pitch black darkness. Some of you probably light up some torches along the way, or if you have dark vision, just use your dark vision. And the journey is filled with constant echo of distant sound. The passage then widens, opens out into a cavern whose far walls and ceilings are out of sight in the darkness. Bits of quartz and mica in the stone glimmer as they catch the light, showing a footpath worn into the stone floor. At the end of the path, a vast dark shape rises, an enormous stalagmite carved into a bleak black tower.
So it is an actual tower?
It is an actual tower.
All right.
But this is likely where the mounds have to stay out due to, building. Heading towards it, he does state, all right then. The tower itself is, a building. So unfortunately, your mounds will have to stay out here, but it is a safe area. Just not exactly built for anyone bigger than humanoid standard, or looks at Bract slightly above standard. The center of the stone spike is hollowed out from what you can tell to form an open vertical shaft. A stone staircase spiral around the shaft with landing leading to chambers on the upper levels, based off how it looks to you. He does state, the first level has a broad... man, that's a weird way the PDF looks. Arch chamber and audience hall. The second level contains kitchens, storage, and currently disused servant quarters, as no one currently lives there. The third floor has houses, guests, bedchambers, and a torture chamber for special guests. That's not you, if you're wondering.
Oh yeah, why wouldn't you put that right beside the guest chambers?
If you want to trick someone to going into the puts up air quotes special guest chambers.
Okay, thanks for being candid. I assume we're gonna stay there.
Never know. Some of the guests might be into that kind of thing.
Depends on the culture. The fourth level contains my library as well as my laboratory. The fifth level contains my own private chambers. You're not technically allowed in there. They are mine. Hopefully you don't take anything. The sixth level is my sanctum at the tower's peak, where I spend my time contemplating and studying.
Yes, even I, a goblin, am familiar with the concept of not stealing from people. Thank you.
Wasn't implying just you. Your collective worries me.
Fair enough. Although, let me say, I do appreciate that you didn't feel the need to throw out, explicit threats in that regard. I can always appreciate when somebody can respect another person's intelligence enough to know that they should be able to recognize when doing something is exceedingly ill-advised.
Well, if we are going to work together, which I highly hope we do. There is a decorum for that. Still, though, welcome inside. He does open the door for you guys. And immediately one of you stabs him. No.
And
I pull out my sword.
and I try to pick his pockets now.
Damn it, Kobo.
Unfortunately, the PDF didn't give me a map, so here is a bell tower. Hopefully you guys don't remember. That I used a long, long time ago.
Well, you used it more than 27 sessions ago, so you're okay for at least 2 of us.
I'm thinking desert outside the Jester's
Yeah.
dungeon.
Yeah.
You have used this longer than long ago.
Mm.
For this specific campaign, I've used it a long, long while ago. For the one you're describing, Bract, a long time ago.
Long
Yeah.
time ago.
But anyways, entering inside this sanctorum, or whatever it's called, you can tell at the bottom floor lies what appears to be a permanent teleportation circle. Not that any of you know, you just know that it's a fancy looking decoration on the ground. Bract, it
What do you got
reminds you
there,
of your
runes?
rocks. There are ruins
Yeah,
on it.
there are runes on it. Pulls out a
Like
box of caltrops. Scatters the entire thing with caltrops. Fuck it. Something is gonna teleport on there, they're gonna have pain.
Magic caltrops.
He does state, with this, I could potentially send you home if things are dire. However, I am going to hold the sequence to it close to heart, as I would rather not you just using it to not help me and just leaving, I suppose. You can leave through the front door. I'm not permanently
Yeah.
keeping you here. I'm just not going to use this circle.
Last time we went to a teleport circle, it was a step backwards. So you're gonna have to earn a little more trust before you just go ahead and let us transport a whole group here.
Either
Well,
way, I suppose.
not that I'm in any position to use it anyway, but is it all right if I sketch this teleportation circle for future reference should the need ever arise?
You may not.
Alrighty. And make no effort to pull out any paper or pen or anything.
Koa quickly writes it down. No. Or maybe, I don't know. But you go past a while, and past a set of heavy iron doors. There is a... Wait, why is he describing it again? Oh, because I skipped through it, I guess. Past the heavy iron door that is the tower's only visible entrance, a short tunnel extends through 5 feet of solid rock into a cool, dark chamber. As you enter, a floating orb of pale violet light brightens before you, revealing an opening in the vaulted ceiling, and a spiral stone staircase with no railing climbs up into darkness. Around the stairs, the light reveals a certain circular audience chamber with cold, unlit lanterns hanging from brackets. Set into stone wall, heavy carpet covered the smooth stone floor. I don't know why you would carpet this. That makes no sense. Anyways, and a throne.
Makes it warmer.
That's technically true. Throne-like stone chamber on a raised dais is to the left of the entrance. The ball of violet lights float to a stop beneath the center of the opening shaft. Behind the foot of stairs, it then hovers there as if waiting for you. You guys easily make your way there with Viserion. And off topic, on topic, that description was just basically if you guys didn't come here with him. Either way it happened, it just guides you here.
Find your way there some way or another.
Yeah.
For a guy opposing this demon ritual, you sure do have a lot of, shall we? I know we're not doing the law thing, but I got jazzed for it the other day. So the Spider Queen, kind of vibe in here. Purple light, spidery text.
I am not a fan of what has transpired here, but I do still have my cultural connections. I would just rather not have them intertwine with demon lords.
Okay. So sure. Right.
So, you mentioned us being able to, or that if we help you, that you can help us banish the demon lords. So I guess my first question is this mean you're looking for a favor before providing assistance, or is this more of a proposal for right out the gate for mutual on stopping these demons?
What I want is what any other sane creature would want. I have no wish to see the Underdark become a home to the denizens of the Abyss. At one point or another, the Demon Lord had established a domain here, and once that happens, nothing will stop them from surging up to the surface where you come from. Most of you, I gather, other than a
you
select
tell us
few,
stuff that we. Yeah, that's why we're here. Yes.
spread their
definitely.
madness and chaos.
So you're on the same page with that, even though you're still kind of a spider worshiper.
What I want is the destruction of my rival.
And that's gonna stop all this madness.
How should I explain this the way you would understand?
Insulting, but go on.
Is a central narrative to the process. The rival that I've mentioned beforehand, I've already told you beforehand. The imbecile that had created this issue and problem.
We all remember his name.
Grumpf. Or Grumpf or something.
Yes. He then goes on to state, reading box text now. The only one of my kind who would ever match me in art is Grumpf Benray. I think he knew from the moment we met that we were destined to be rivals. But where I sought only to master the art, Grumpf was also an astute political manipulator. No more devout than I in the service of the Spider Queen. He arranged for my disgrace and exile. Deprived of my considerable skills, my house fell to our rival, House... I'm going to butcher this name. Duurden.
Durden. As in Driz Durden.
Driz Durden. Yeah, I know. I just don't remember how to pronounce it. I just remember Drizzt for some reason. Grumpf became the Archmage of Menzo Berenzin under the auspicious, thank you, of his own house, the first house of the ruling council. Grumpf and I only had two things in common: our passion for the art and our hatred of the manner in which our fellow mages suffer at the hands of the matron mothers and mistresses of the Drow. Grumpf has always hungered for power, and not even becoming Archmage of Menzo Berenzin was enough to satisfy him. From this tower of exile, I kept watch over Grumpf's activities. This was no easy task given his suspicious and circumspect nature. Probably. C-I-R-C-U... I've never seen this one. C-I-R-C-U-M-S-P-E-C-T.
Yep, sounds like circumspect.
Good to know. Circumspect nature. Nonetheless, my observations reveal that he was crafting a unique ritual, one that somehow drew on the energy of Fizrez to channel. Still can't pronounce the word. To channel incalculable arcane power. When Grumph performed the ritual, the walls between the planes shattered. Then, as you have by now realized, the demon lords were wrenched from their layers of the abyss and cast about here in the Underdark. What we all witnessed in the Graven Hollow confirms this. And Graven Hollow was a library you were just at, blah 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 blah, visions, etc., etc. So yes, I want the dubious nature of this imbecile to be fixed. And not only that, I also want everyone in, well, my own family to realize that once this man is thwarted, the Archmage's dreams... no, sorry, weird way of phrasing that. I do also dream that Loth and of the Demon Queen Spider is revealed to be a treacherous creature as she is. And truthfully, I also want Menzo Berenzin to burn down in a demonic rampage, but it is entirely up to you on how that is done. And hopefully the remaining survivors will turn away from Loth and her priestesses to seek my guidance. In turn, I offer you insight, arcane power, and various magical resources that can help deal with the demon lords. And this includes the following benefits that I think I'm supposed to tell you. I don't know. I can offer you a Drow Pawafwi. I don't. These words. Piwafwi.
Pawafwi? Alrighty.
On each of you minus the NPCs. He doesn't say that, but like, except you, and you. He just basically points out the most capable, so PCs.
To your champions, I offer these boons.
An amulet that can be used one time as a scroll of protection from fiends. You can potentially use this Tower of Araj, Tower of Vengeance, just call it what it is, as a safe haven in the Underdark, as long as we are allied. Or at the very least, as long as we are allied, which is a different sentence, but it means also something different. It doesn't have to be forever if you don't want it to be.
So,
although, as mentioned before, I can't exactly feed a standing army, so there is that.
Okay, so you mentioned something about fixing Grumph, so I just kind of want to make sure that we're clear on this.
Yes, I do have a plan to defeat the Demon Lords, but I do need your help to make it happen.
Well, because what I mean is that there's fixing Grumph as in making Grumph a better person, and there's also fixing in the me fix get torch sort of way. Are we looking at constructive fixing of this individual or destructive fixing of this individual? Just want to make sure we're clear on this.
My culture is one of vengeance, hence the name of my tower, and destruction. You don't
Something to be said
have
for
to
being on
murder
brand.
the man, but you must destroy him in one way or another.
All right, destructive fixing it is.
I thought we would need to go negotiate on that, but that works as well.
I spent most of my life solving problems with murder.
He smiles at that.
And I,
Nods. I'm willing
Yeah.
to negotiate other reasonable agreements, including perhaps tutoring one of your looks at your team. Wizards
Spellcasters.
doesn't see a wizard in the lot of you. Technically, Boom is a wizard, but neither here or there.
yeah, I'm a single class wizard.
Boom is that me with like put his arms up like what the fuck?
Potentially helping to learn spells from my library.
I would definitely find some use out of that.
You
Uh,
said magical resources. Does that go beyond the amulet?
Perhaps teaching you a new spell.
Hey, just trying to take a full inventory of what's available to us.
I can offer many things, but if you have an idea, I'm more than willing to listen to it if I am able to do it. That being the case, add a game. That's all they tell me. I will obviously make something up, but that's all they give you.
all right.
It just says he's willing to negotiate if it's in a reasonable agreement. So I'll make something up. Don't worry about that. But back in game, if it's something I can do.
You got anything that turns necrotic energy into radiant energy?
Not within the time limit we are allotted. In a sense, you would be learning your spells in a different.
No, I mean like attacking me converted to radiant. So like if somebody tries to death touch me, still damaging, but it turns to radiant instead of necrotic.
That would require a long time of research on your own, protective measures within the body, and the pathways of magic within your own body.
Just asking.
Like, I can train you on that, but it would take years and months.
Well, after we do this huge favor for the entire world, huh?
Perhaps.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I guess I've got some other questions then. So let's see. You mentioned discrediting Lolth, I think, or did I think I might have missed part of that?
No, you have it.
Okay. And then the last thing is, did I hear you correct about trying to burn the whole city to the ground or something along those lines? If possible.
Hopefully it burns down to the ground.
All right. Out of curiosity, how feasible do you consider that to be?
Well, if a demon lord does manage to get there, heavily feasible.
Alrighty. All right. Well, I guess normally I'm fine with wait until afterwards for any sort of assistance sort of thing. But what I guess one question I do have is, do you have any way of imparting new skill and knowledge on a rapid time frame? I only ask because if we're going to be going into a situation where we could realistically expect to have some serious fighting, it would be nice to be able to do so more effectively, and unfortunately I'm not as skilled as I'd like to be in one of my best weapons.
I can help train you for some time, but you will have to take some studying notes on the go while you travel there.
Alrighty.
Like, I can
To
tell
give
you
some
all my
homework.
idea before you agree to everything, if that makes you feel better.
Might satisfy curiosity more than anything, but sure.
I'm just supposed to tell you my plan before you agree or disagree.
Oh. All right. Well, let's hear the plan.
Very well. Demons are creatures ruled by madness and hatred, even the greatest and most powerful of them. The war ceaselessly upon each other in the abyss, and have already begun to do so here, as you can obviously tell. We can play them against each other, which you've already been given information on that, and then deal with the weakened victors. I believe I have the ability to devise a cast a ritual similar to Gromps, but nowhere near as dangerous or foolish. It will draw the most powerful demon lords together to the site of the original summoning. Once they are brought together, they will try to destroy each other. But though the demon lords might destroy each other, physical manifestations here in our world, their essence cannot be extinguished. They will thus be cast back into the abyss, as effectively as they had been banished. The ritual needs certain components to produce the talisman that will draw the demons, then a rite to empower and activate it, then blood and battle such as this world has never seen before. Any survivors among the demon lords will be sorely weakened, and shall be far easier to destroy. All I need are the necessary ingredients, Vizarian says, and ideally, a look... Okay, that's weird, but okay. Vizarian says, and ideally a look at Gromp's grimoires and notes from his sanctum, where the Drow Archmage watches you. Okay, that's a weird sentence that looks...
Yeah, is that directly related to the ritual thing, or is that just because you want Gromp's notes because he banished you and he's your rival?
Gives you a wry smile.
It will definitely take a look, I guess, but this
Sort of
blood
is-
and battle beyond anything this world has ever seen before that you mentioned. Is that just between the demon lords, or is that going to be sort of a widespread thing?
It will be encapsulated within the battlefield, so long as the talisman is created correctly. However, these ingredients are no easy thing to acquire.
Yeah, well, all right. I assume you have some sort of a teleport lock on them that we can go get them for you.
What are these ingredients anyway?
He explains the ritual is empowered by a unique talisman he calls the Dark Heart. This man is edgy. The talisman's created requires a number of unique components. The intact and unhatched egg of a parole worm for channeling great physical power. A central eye of a beholder. Oh no. Got those. You've already
My
ruined that one.
shield.
But there is another beholder, potentially, to break down magical resistance and overcome magical forces. There could be another beholder eye. 6 feathers from 6 different angels, the authority of celestial realms, and a force to enrage fiendish creatures.
Yeah, the beholder eye is the thing I read. That's going to be the hard part to get.
The heart of a Goristro to reach and influence the heart of other demons. I don't know what Goristro is. That's a new one to me. 13 Timasks, also known as devil's mushrooms, squatted from the footprints of Meririth, a Balor or a Goristro, a lord to draw demons in. I'm just going to say you already have that. Gothos, those are your mushrooms.
How
Great.
convenient. They're edible too.
A few drops of blood or ichor from a demon lord, to connect with the demons and ritual will call.
We definitely have that. Antidote has that for
Antidote
sure.
has that for sure. Gromfbrenner's grimoires and notes on his ritual. You don't have that. To assist in better understanding the power that summon the demon lords.
Oh, I thought that was one of the books that I had. Strange.
Hey, I'm sorry. We're supposed to get this in what, like a month?
or 24 hours.
I do know potential locations for all these components and can direct
gonna get-
you to retrieve them within the allotted time.
Okay.
Yeah,
if you
all
feel
right.
like you're ready to go now, we can go now, but we've been traveling for 10 days.
I mean, sure, we rest. We're great, but yeah.
There's no
where's
time
the
like today.
list? Yeah. I can't wait to see where they're just 6 different celestial feathers from angels.
The Eye of Beholder can be found in Wurmrithers. I don't know if I pronounced that right. The angel feathers and the demon heart can be claimed in the labyrinth. The grimoire is found in Menza Berenzin, the city of spiders, as you well know. Being able to acquire the Tim Mask mushrooms and blood from the demon lord depends on you all resourcefully and on the
Here you go.
opportunities found while traveling. So good luck with that one.
Ba-junk. Yeah, there you go.
Given the mushrooms you found under your natural 20, Antidote hesitantly gives his demon blood that he acquired secretly that he didn't tell you about.
Even back then, I think we were like, hey, Antidote, you want to get some of this blood? I really think we were.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just making this up as a joke, but and to the corner of your eye, Pope Francis gives you 700 quintillion HP Christianity potions. So you got them all. That was a joke.
Gotta catch
Uh,
'em all.
Yeah. You have the mushrooms. You have the demon lord blood. You have these weird things. So what you have left over is the to go to the labyrinth to get the demon heart and feathers and the egg and the beholder eye.
Yeah, just off the top of my Hey, there,
The book.
Vizaran. Say someone attached a beholder eye to their magical item that means a lot to them. You could use that in the ritual, or is it going to be like a destructive ritual thing?
It is a destructive thing.
Going to find another eye. Thanks, Vizaran.
It will be used as a component for the talisman.
Sure. Yeah,
The last note
beholders,
we will
can
likely
do that.
all do together. As well, Menza Berenzin is, we're all likely going to go. Mainly because I want to burn his tower, but also to collect his notes.
Well, he's honest about his motivations. All right, let's do it. Let's go to the, what was it, Labyrinth or the other place?
Either you can go to Wurmrithings. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Or the Labyrinth. And then
Let's
Menza
go to
Berenzin,
the
obviously.
place we cannot pronounce.
Yeah. You rest for the day. You take care of yourself, making sure you don't die. Prepare things, get ready. The next following day.
We use Tannhauser in so it can teleport with me.
Like, Tannhauser are small enough that they're fine. The lizards were the issue, apparently, is what the PDF tells me. Even though it told me that you get lizards.
I mean, if it was like a thing like that, I could just spawn Tannhauser in here, then rest and be full up, so it's fine.
No, the only problem it had was lizards.
Letters.
Viserion is like, I actually just hate fucking lizards, guys. They're
Letters.
so, they're so gross.
Yes.
You can't
Oh,
bring
you
them
ever
in my
seen-
house.
No
Luckily-
lizards.
Luckily, we don't have any lizard folk with us.
Looks towards Nom Nom and half Kobo. He knows he's a dragon now, so very powerful lizard. But yeah.
I'm small.
It's like if you're afraid of spiders, but you're like, that's poisonous. I respect it.
You guys go into the magical circle, and he does draw out what appears to be a large gem. He then states, "Now then, this is the guardian that will be watching over my tower when we leave. So your mounds and things, and anyone else that decides to be here, should be fine. I suggest we go
Hello.
as a small." What was that?
No, they're all coming with us. As you said, we should work as a team. It's not fair if we leave half the team behind.
I mean, that's fine, but if one of us does fail, I'd prefer to have contingencies. If you believe everyone here can survive and not draw attention to all of us, I suppose.
like- We just like look at the band. We're like,
Currently tuning their.
Thinking,
Well,
thinking
Voldemort
back to
is
the
probably
Mind
fine.
Flayers.
I know they're capable adventure musicians, but
No, they are support. They're straight up support.
Emotional support.
Maybe. But anyways.
no, we'll bring Dasha. It seems like he can handle themselves. Then Eldith, are you gonna come with, or are you just gonna stay with the other dwarves?
She is strong, but she's not stealthy. It's up to you guys.
This is a sneak mission. Okay.
He goes to say it is up to you how you deal with things.
You
Honestly,
might have a problem with Eldest Lizard Brain anyway.
A hand axe comes flying. No.
no, it'd be a battle
No.
axe, not a hand axe.
I said that out of character.
I know, I know.
Sure you did.
But he does state, again, it all depends on how you want to do this. Either your entire party can go, or a select few that you believe can do it stealthily or quietly. As hopefully you don't have to fight any of these things, especially the purple worm. Although a beholder is powerful, a purple worm can probably swallow you whole in your current state.
So sneaking for that, but I know Toulouse is good at sleight of hand, but I don't know if he can pop a beholder eye out without them noticing.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
Toulouse is great, but not that great.
Yeah.
Mage hand.
unless-
huh?
Unless
Just
you
use
have
general
tranquilizers.
anesthetic.
Okay,
Or have
but,
some knockout gas to knock out the beholder so we can spoon its eye out and then gaffer tape the wound closed so it can live.
Meanwhile, all 10 of the other eye stalks are just looking right at you.
As you're closing up the soaring eye wound.
I'm sorry.
He does state, all right, then while you're making your choices, I'll summon my guard. He casts something within the gem and it begins to warp and mold into, ironically enough, a giant lizard.
It's
Feels
the
like
most
competition.
terrifying thing I could think of.
I really,
It looks like a lizard. None of you know what it is.
is it the lizard?
It looks
Sure,
So,
lizard.
dangerous.
what are we gonna do? Are we gonna leave people behind so that make Dogsma happier not needing to move 7 million tokens? Or are we gonna take them with us?
Let's dump the NPCs.
Honestly, it doesn't tell me
Would
what
we
you.
need them the most? No, I'm just kidding.
We'll save them for the final assault, right? That's when
Yeah,
we
don't
can
we
really
need them
use
as
some meat
decoys?
shields.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, we'll save them for the final fight. They will assault the front gate and we will take the back door.
That works.
Then gets done by the lock for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Game, plan, ready, set, go.
Yeah. Leadership. You guys hang back so you can die later.
Yeah.
Exactly. We need you for the more important fight.
Well, I can ram the door down with my land vehicle skill.
We're still gonna take the Archangel guy because that seems good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so from what I can
We're
tell,
gonna take
it's
big growth.
this.
Let's see the split.
Looks accurate to me.
Yeah.
Don't split the party.
Yeah, rule number 1.
What do you...
Remember years ago I posted a meme that was never split the party and it was just them all taking a bath together and nobody was happy except for the warrior.
Dude, literally in our other game, I had to take a bath with the king and all of you guys. That was a girl character.
Many towels were had that day.
Yeah.
We're not splitting the party. This is happening.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's funny. Alright.
You gotta use that prestidigitation, summon steam.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's a good time for disguise self.
Yeah.
But yeah, again,
Or out herself.
unfortunately, I'm not provided with a map, so going to go with the trusty random
Oh.
area.
Yeah.
Pop,
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
putting these guys in GM lane for now. Getting rid of you guys' weird map.
Hey, we might need that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it in the
outrage.
GM layer. Sure, why not?
Our map to Isengard.
We're taking the map to Isengard.
Da, 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 da.
But since you guys didn't make a choice, Vizirian then states, even though that's probably not his name. All right, then we're gonna go to the worm tunnels first. Before anyone can make a different
What?
choice, he claps his hands and immediately the spell circle underneath you begins to whirl and twirl. Two components that Vizirian needs to craft the talisman for this ritual can be found relatively close to the Archmage Tower, so you're not traveling that far. The worm breathings are a honeycomb of tunnels spawning hundreds of miles in the northern reaches of the Underdark, carved from the rock by enormous purple worms. A purple worm
Oh,
nest
no.
is within this area, and an ideal place to find an unhatched purple worm egg. Additionally, he has also heard rumors of beholders living in the vast oblivion, a chasm deep within the worm writhings. If you guys didn't collect the eyes beforehand, you can find it here. Is what it says.
Okay. Guys, I have an idea. We should steal an additional egg. So when we go to the beholder, tranquilize it and remove its eye without it noticing, we can put in an egg as a replacement.
Oh,
I feel like everyone in and out of character is just kind of blinking and being like, like, what? Do you think it's gonna grow into a new eye? Wouldn't it like eat the beholder from inside out? That's horrible.
Well, the beholder wouldn't notice until we're long gone that his eye is missing, because there's something there.
Do you
Just because a thing's
Right.
there doesn't mean he can see out of it. I
Brack,
would notice something's wrong here.
if someone replaced your eye with a maggot, I think you might notice pretty quick.
Oh, it's not a maggot if it's an egg. There's a maggot in the egg, but it's not the egg.
Okay, if someone replaced your eye with a rock, I think you might notice.
Pokes his own eye.
I mean,
Maybe.
Well, as long as they're going with ridiculous ideas, why don't we replace its main eye with one of its eye stalks?
I don't think the eye stalks are big enough to fit in the eye socket.
How's it gonna know? Is it gonna look at its own eyeball?
No, it's. I think
And a
that
purple
like
worm egg is just the perfect size. How big is a
Don't we
purple
need
worm
that?
egg?
I guess.
That's what I thought.
Maybe. But why?
Maybe we should just find a purple worm egg.
Yeah, while you guys are traveling, you can tell that there are like small fumes from the rock coming around and all of you, including Vizrian. He's not leading you to your doom. He's also being inflicted by it. He does state, what we see now is currently what we the Drow describe it as Viserius. It is its origins are a mysterious arcane power and honestly unknown to us. Legends claim that it is an ancient elven magic dating back to the time when the Dark Elves were first exiled from the world above. And we down here can use its properties properties of areas suffused with this substance to protect our settlements. It also can be quite dangerous to those that are not spellcasters.
Oh, that's nice to know.
Yes, thankfully enough, though, any place filled with this thing is cast in lightly dim light. A creature in the area suffused with this substance has advantage on saving throws against any divination spells. If a divination spell doesn't allow a saving throw, the caster must succeed a DC 15 Constitution saving throw to cast a spell. Failing that save means the spell is wasted and has no effect. Any creature attempting to teleport into, within, or without, or out of a Viserian suffused area must succeed a DC 15. I'm going to stop saying it in that voice. On a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, on a failed save, the creature takes 1d10 force damage, and the teleportation attempt fails. Even if the save succeeds, the teleportation attempt can suffer a mishap, or if the destination was known only by description, regardless of how the familiar the destination actually is. See the table and teleportation spell for more information. Areas suffused with Viserion have become tainted by the chaos of demon lords. When a spell is cast in the area, the caster rolls the d20 on a roll 1. The spell has an additional effect determined by a roll in the Wild Magic Surge chart. See Chapter 3, Classes for Player Handbook.
If I were to ever actually cast a spell, I'd have to do double wild magic.
Yeah. Although this thing can't be dispelled, its effects are temporarily suppressed in the area of an anti-magic field, is what he says. He would know all this stuff. Archmage would tell you all this.
Okay.
Everybody's pretty
So-
wild-eyed except for Bract, who's like, so it's bad for me? No.
What? No.
What are you talking about? Brack
But
probably says,
I-
it's a good thing I don't cast magic.
Yeah, exactly. I don't do magic, remember?
Yeah, but wasn't there something about near the beginning there? Anyway.
Yeah, at first he said that it was a bad place to be not a caster, then he started talking, and then everything he said was horrible for casters.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
know why it says it that way, but that's the way it was kind of written.
Well, we'll just blame the PDF.
Got a roundabout way of talking there, Archmage. Shall we just move
Warren.
on through? I assume we're going to be quiet. This is the purple worm territory.
Yeah.
Yes, as well as
So-
territories to other things that lie around it. Unfortunately, purple worms do need to eat things, so obviously there are other things strewn about. It's one of the places.
Oh, so
one
we
of the
should have
reasons.
brought some of the other party members.
Potentially, yes. Glad you all understand the way we work down here.
I bet Kobo has an idea who we should have brought.
What? That air people work?
Huh?
No, they work by murdering.
Oh.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
But from what you can tell, the tunnel systems that are created by the purple worms are tubular in nature, obviously. Roughly 10 feet in diameter and typical stretch out for miles before an intersection with another tunnel or a natural tunnel in other cases. I want anyone, but someone does have to say, I'm going to do it, or else it's going to happen more than once. Roll for me 1d20.
Just a flat D20.
1d20.
1d20.
That's 1d20. Okay. So
Who's
we
doing
all
that?
roll one.
Just one of us.
One of us.
Okay.
Race.
I win.
Damn it. My keyboard
Lose.
decided to give
Why
me the
did
figure.
you win?
Yeah, that's a
She declared a race.
Man, why couldn't it have been
So it
someone
should
else?
be /R1d20.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously typoed. Calm down. Anyways, you begin to travel without an issue, and Viserion does state, "Oh, that's strange. Usually there are like Driders or Ittens around. Honestly, it's surprising we didn't encounter anything."
Boom is straight up eating a deep fried spider.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Yeah, you were just rolling for encounter. With a 5, you
Okay.
get no encounter.
Ettins?
All right.
Oh,
You said Ettins in the Underdark?
He said something.
Well, hey, two heads are better than one when you're trying to see in the dark.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's-
just go ahead, DM. Sorry.
He was just gonna say, I'm gonna assume Kobo said that in character. Yes, these entities used to be Orogs until the Verezens and the corruption influenced the Demogorgons' transformation from transforming them into two-headed giants. Their transformation can't be undone, unfortunately, for most. They are starving and attack the party. Well, any party, really. I don't know why he said the party on site.
Really? They can't be undone as I go ahead and inspect my sword?
Well, undone, turning them back into what they once were.
Wretched beings can't even keep their own corruption, their own bloody plane of existence.
Yeah.
Oh,
How do you
I'm
kill-
so fired up. Angry.
How do you stop a two-headed ogre?
The jugular, but the both of them.
Yeah. Sharp blade to one of its heads, and you don't have a two-headed ogre anymore.
You only solved half a problem, though. So, does anybody actually have any sort of like insight, or does anybody know what like a purple worm nest looks like?
Have I got any?
Might we roll for that? I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead and roll history.
Okay.
I might be okay at that.
I'll give Kobo advantage. Because he was probably told, like, don't go around these tunnels. This is where you'll die.
I wonder if I could be inspired to remember my studies.
Well, it's too late now.
I haven't even rolled yet.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll take one.
Nothing to gain, nothing to lose.
Alright. Well, not like I was going to get anywhere with that.
That's a 14.
I guess I was too busy laughing at studies about purple worms.
Based off the information you know about the tunnels, you know about how they work. Usually they don't stick around any one place, but they do give birth to offspring in a open area. That way, if any of the purple worms in the area can more or less, air quotes, take their turn protecting the nest, the egg can be found easily. If you follow the pathway of the tunnel system from what Kobo and Gothos can tell, you can easily find the worms. You just don't know, or hopefully don't find one near you. And since Gothos rolled the best by 1, go ahead and roll for me a d6.
Race,
1d6,
race,
you
race.
say?
No, he said Gotos.
Yeah, I rolled a 1d6. I got a
Yeah,
5
he
as
obviously
well.
won the race.
Do I get Kobo's inspiration as well? No.
No.
Okay.
Just why do you keep rolling these numbers?
I don't know, man.
She keep telling him to.
No. I mean these specific numbers.
It's just, are things about to go to hell for us?
No, which is the weird thing.
Oh,
No,
the-
you're rolling good,
sure.
so that means bad things are not gonna happen.
The purple worm burrows through the solid rock on the path that intersects with the party's tunnel. The worm erupts from the tunnel wall behind the party. So you immediately notice this purple worm like going through. Then continues on its way, leaving the new tunnel in its wake. The worm's passage triggers a rockfall in the party's tunnel, which obviously would happen. And
Oh,
each
no,
party
nobody
member
does.
must succeed a DC 13 dexterity saving throw or take 3d6 bludgeoning damage from falling debris.
Anybody within 10 feet of me gets +5.
So that's the entire party.
We're rolling dexterity.
Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity
Throws.
save.
Do I see
Ooh.
this coming?
I'd like to think that when this happens, like our whole
I
team
have to-
kind
I
of
have to
freezes
save. Hold on.
and then
I
like
have-
turns around to look at like 40 feet of purple worm coming through the behind us, and then it just like keeps going. We're like,
Doug, I see this coming, right? These boulders.
You've dealt with collapsing tunnels honestly not that long ago.
Okay, I have advantage.
and +5.
14, that's enough.
It's still better than me. I chonked it. My +5 is built in, so I got real bad.
Yeah,
I rolled the
Practically
wrong thing at
teleported out of the
first.
way.
Sorry.
it's all good.
Well, 13 just made it, didn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, DC 13, he said.
Oh,
Yep.
did he?
Yep.
Oh,
DC
lucky
13,
me.
he
That's
said. It would be
14.
fun, he said.
25 for Toulouse, 24 for Kobo, 27 for me.
You're just showing off your fancy deck scores, you
Yeah.
bastard.
You all
Yeah.
dodge out of the way without too much of an issue. None of you take any half damage either. You just succeed.
You look
Uh,
like a synchronized swimming team backflipping out of there, you fucking...
Gothos is your bless. Oh wait, you rolled exactly what you needed. Never mind. Everyone's fine. Since there was a purple worm nearby, you can probably tell where the nest is. Either you follow it or you backtrack from where it came from. What does the party decide to do?
What is the chance that the purple worm came from the nest?
Let me channel my knowledge of animal biology.
Roll animal handling. That's a 3.
Oh shit.
Pretty good, but not 100%.
I wholeheartedly believe that we should go the way it came.
You probably think it's male because it's purple worm.
Yeah, you read plenty of information about purple worms. You know, when they become purple, you have a serious problem.
Joke about engorgement. Anybody else got a... I rolled my dice. Come on, people.
You're on
Uh,
dice
Let's
rolling
take a
duty.
Go from where it came from.
Yeah, I didn't remember anything
That is
about
what my
worms,
instincts tell me.
Like, they literally came through the wall behind you.
I was gonna say, would I have any insight there? Or do I just do a
Nature.
straight roll? Or
Animal handling.
no, insight for Underdark knowledge.
Animal handling.
Animal handling. It. Oh, yeah.
You're
that was
usually
not
told
an
not to be
advantage.
near purple worms, so that makes sense. Big monster. Maybe kill it. Kind of hard to tell. And boom with the 19. Usually when something or someone makes a new tunnel, based off of how you know animals, it's likely to either leave a place that they were just coming from or make a new place. Well, not make a new place. How should I phrase this? To make a direct path from point A to point B instead of going around everything. Most type of animals that do this are usually going towards their young.
Well, here's my thinking on this. If we go the opposite direction it was traveling, we could end up where it was. If we go the direction it was traveling, we're going to go where it is. I kind of like the was idea better.
Same.
Didn't the DM just tell us that it was probably going towards its young?
I did, but
Yes.
doesn't mean boom had to tell you that.
Well, I think it's probably if it hears things going towards its babies, it's probably if it's in a rush and ignoring things like, for example, us, it may be possible that it's in a hurry to go somewhere. And I think we are interested in where it is going.
Fair enough.
Out of game, I agree with you wholeheartedly. In game, my character rolled a 3.
Yeah, I rolled a 16,
What
so
did I
that's why I
roll?
think I'm being smart about this. If I'm wrong on this, Adama, you can yell at me.
I didn't roll
Well-
that. Animal handling. I'm dumb on this. I say go where it was.
I mean, I'm only looking at was from a safety standpoint, but
Same.
if there's reason to believe that it is rushing towards its young
But the-
or
Actually,
its nest,
if you think about it from a safety standpoint, being behind it when it's not really paying attention to the stuff that behind it is a pretty safe place.
Yeah, true.
well,
Also,
that's sort of my thinking, only I was thinking much further behind it than you probably are. But,
Hey,
Rob,
you guys are the
like,
sneaky ones. If anything, it's going to eat me first.
all
Yeah.
right, well, let's just go ahead and chase it down, because if we're going to get ourselves killed,
oh my god.
we're going to end up somewhere it's going to be anyway. So I guess if we follow it, it's logically going to end up at its nest, unless it's a really bad parent, which
Could
guess we
be.
can't discount that possibility.
also, if it is ignoring us and we're chasing it, how
So
high
let's-
is there gonna be the chance that another one is gonna show up that is
Let's-
actually interested in us?
All right,
Uh,
let's chase it before it turns around. You guys go ahead a little bit. I can catch up. 30 feet or something. I don't want to. I'm jangly. Unless anybody has any stealth stuff.
You also know,
I-
well, I'm going to say
Can I throw Gotus over my shoulder?
No, I'm riding a giant spider.
running a giant spider. I will say,
Can
though,
I throw
that
Gotus and the spider over my shoulder?
maybe. But I don't think Gothos would allow it. That being the case, though, I would say, Kobo, you know that purple worms generally travel alone unless they're near their nesting area. That's the only true area they all come together. Not all the time, but that's the only real reason why they would come together. For the progeny.
To make babies.
All right.
Babies!
I'm
Let's
thinking
go
I
to the
might want
worm
some
orgy.
mage armor. I cast mage armor on myself.
Cast Major lasts for an hour or 8 hours, I forget what it is.
8 hours.
You
Why do
begin
you
to...
not just live with that on?
Best 420 minutes of my life.
Gothos,
Stop
because
saying
it's a
it, Jack.
spell slot. You begin to rush over towards the purple worm in the area, and I'm going to tell you some of the things you can interact with or not. So, this entire scenario was at random, but it would make sense if you follow or backtrack where the purple worm was. You would find something in there. I don't know why you wouldn't do this instead of going around through the tunnel systems where you would inevitably find danger. So I'm going to if you want to interact with whatever you find, you can. I'm not saying you can't, but you can always just follow the tunnel. You go through the areas that you go through. At a certain point, you go through another intersection, but you can clearly tell which tunnel is yours. In one intersection, you do find a thick jet of hot steam spewed forth from cracks near the walls of the east cavern. Growing around them, steam vents patch in fire fungus. If anyone interacts with this, you can go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, you can keep going.
Gothos is immune to disease. He'll also cast Divine Sense to see if they're fancy in that way, celestial,
It
abyssal, whatever.
is rare. It's not like celestial or demonic. It's just very, like, this type of fire fungus is very rare and hard to find. Brack, you would know based off of your own tutelage that your mom told you of fancy stones and gems.
Why does that sound like an insult?
Kind of was. Your mom told you about rocks and like stones and gemstones.
Oh, you're one of
True.
those special kids.
This type of fungus would be
I'm a
found
host
very
too.
deep into the ground. And you also know that there are gemstones usually deep near this fungus, which is why it's usually harvested or collected near this area. Various miners collect within this area, not this specific area, but within these fungal growth areas, because they know that this fungus grows from these gemstones around it. But it's also very dangerous because just being near it causes fire damage from the steaming vents.
Okay. Well, there may be fortune behind it, but do we really have the time at this current moment in time?
Yeah, I was thinking about collecting some of that moss, but I have a bag of colding, and I don't want to introduce some hot moss in there. Is that what the moss does? It's just like hot all the time?
No. What the moss does, basically, that moss grows from gems and other riches that are in the ground. That there are steam geysers around it is just a peculiar side effect at this current moment in time. Yes. So, there are riches behind that moss.
Oh,
But I don't
there's
think
like
we really have
gems
the ti-
under it.
Yeah.
The
But
longer you
I'm
stay,
not
the more
sure-
damage you'll take, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, too bad I respect this morning.
What?
Otherwise, I could have.
What you had respect this morning? I didn't notice.
I switched out a cantrip, so otherwise I could
Oh,
have tried
okay.
unearthing what was there. Does anybody have a really tiny shovel?
Actually, Gothos will go in and kind of at least try to pry something out. Well, with his shield, kind of levering it out, just to
That does
quick 30.
nothing. Well, you can level it out with your shield, but that does nothing to protect you from the heat.
That's fine.
Okay. Question: how far away are these guys away
How
from the
how
fungus?
hot does it get when I do that, and how successful am I? What
Like,
should I?
right now, you're into intersection of both tunnels. In the immediate, it feels like a sauna. And this is just within the confines of stepping into it. The further you go into this open network, the hotter it'll be because there's more openings and fungus there.
So
Oh,
this
no.
like along the tunnel, it's just getting way worse.
It's getting way worse. The closer you need to
I-
get to this fungus, the more and more hot it'll be. It's not impossible to survive it. It's just hot.
Yeah, are we really trying to do this now, or do we want to get our egg first?
Well, I think when we get our egg, there will be something extremely cross at us. So if we then try to come back and do this, I don't think we will be not having company.
Yeah. And you already have the tunnel
Okay.
system. So as long as no one gets lost, you should be fine.
All right, you guys want me to go get it? Then?
I don't know. Gotham's already going for it.
Still
Go.
to see how successful I am at levering out any crystal or anything.
You begin to go into the area.
You don't have to do that. You're gonna burn your nose. Your ears are gonna
I'm
burn.
trying to not remind the DM that I have half elemental damage because of my shield.
I know.
I was just gonna polymorph into a dragon with fire immunity, walk on in, and be able to dig it up with no sweat.
Oh, you think the DM wouldn't adjust things?
Oh.
Like I said that I want to try and lever one thing.
Yep. You go into the area.
see
Go
how it
ahead
goes.
and roll damage for your shield.
Okay.
What kind of ground is it where the moss is growing?
It's not too soft, but it's also not too hard. You can definitely dig through it with enough time. But right now you're basically bashing into it, basically hoping not to die in this heat mirage. Not an illusion. I just described it that way for no particular reason. 10 points of damage. You do stab into the wall and like dig a good amount out, but not enough to reveal any gemstones of particular size. You do find like small granules of rocks here and there, roughly maybe worth 10 gold apiece. You find like 3 small gemstones of this value, but nothing massively big. But if you found this in the immediate go, there could be something bigger inside. That
Well, I mean,
point in time, though, go ahead and roll for me a Constitution saving throw.
oh no.
Oh wait, sorry. I should have made you roll a perception check beforehand, but it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna make you do that because I screwed up. Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
It's not bad. You feel the air. I was gonna. Okay, this wasn't towards Kobo, but I was gonna make this thing a thing now. Well, it was gonna be a thing beforehand. But now it feels like I'm targeting it towards Kobo. The heat itself feels it feels intense on your body. Thankfully enough, you're able to not succumb to it, so you don't really take any fire damage other than half. But because you were already, I was also gonna say, but if you're resistant in any way or have immunity, go ahead and not take anything or take half of it. But it does deal 1d8, but because you saved, it does half of that, and because you have your resistance, half of that, so it's 2 points of damage.
Sounds good.
And because you also rolled high enough, you do feel that the heat in the air begins to go into your lungs as if it's forcibly causing it to expand, which is causing you problems to breathe, which is a weird way of saying that. But the longer you stay here, the more dangerous it becomes to your inner body as well, not just the heat.
Yeah. Okay, team. Overall, as a rule, I wouldn't really recommend doing that. There's some little gems, but also, it's really like fire and yeah, there's fumes. I guess fumes. I don't know. It wasn't great. Let's just go.
More like gas entering your body. But you did collect 3 gemstones. Total value 30 gold or 10 per piece.
Are they straight up just regular gemstones, or are they fiery in some way?
They are like one of them's what's it called? Ruby like. Another one has a mixture of yellow and red, and the last one has a pitch blue color, which is very weird to look at. They honestly look like a flame if you put them all together.
I was just wondering if, because all this was hot, if I'm gonna like put them on my pouch or anything, it's gonna be hot, or if I hold them on my hand.
When you hold them, they do feel hot, but not burning.
Okay. Warm gemstones.
Yeah. You go into the tunnel system once more, and you go through another intersection. Sending into the intersection seems to be an outpost system, but not close enough that you can currently interact with it, unless you decide to. At the very edge of this outpost, you can see 4 troglodytes keeping watch for any potentially intruders. They do seem to be on high alert.
And sign for stop.
One of them does seem to carry a horn that likely creates a sound for either attack or warning. Kind of hard to tell. But probably trouble. Interact, not interact, up to you.
Quickly describe the situation again. Sorry, I know there's 3 of them, but like we're going down a tunnel
Oh, I said 4.
and 4 of them.
You got through the tunnel and you find an intersection once more. The intersection has an outpost station there. 4 troglodytes are keeping watch over the area for any force of potential danger. One of them does carry a horn that will likely emit a sound for either attacking or to warn others to come into the area. So more potential danger lies in the wait, but if they're
Okay.
defending someplace, it's likely for a reason.
So it's an intersection. When you say they're defending it, does that mean that like there's a gate? Is there like a little excuse me, is there like a little house, or is it just a crossroads that they're chilling at?
This is the way you're going. This is another opening. At the edge of the
Mhm.
opening is the outpost. And there's like 4 dudes around it.
Okay. So they're directly in front of us.
You're right here. In the middle.
Okay.
Like, not close enough that you can be seen, but close enough that you can see them.
In which direction would we come from?
That tunnel.
Okay, great. Sorry I made that so complicated.
That's fine. You're going to this tunnel unless you decide to interact.
So, troglodytes. What do they look like?
Giant lizards.
I assume Vivizarian doesn't want to hang. No. Yeah, Vivizarian, you're the one who is kind of guiding us to the Beholder Eye and the egg. What do you think?
They might
Hushed toads.
have
Now,
something.
Sorry, that's the kind of stealth go.
Yeah. Here's what they look like. There's 4 of the dudes.
Kind of like his own bodyguard.
Now his own bodyguard looks a lot more dangerous and deathly for some reason.
And less adorned.
It's adorned. But anyways. There's 4 of them. He does state, it's entirely up to you, I suppose. We can continue following the tunnel, or we can discern what they are posting, I suppose. Or keeping watch of, I should say.
I don't really want to risk depleting our resources fighting something that's tangential to what we're trying to deal with. And this purple worm can be pretty dangerous. We might not want to be tapping ourselves out prematurely.
Well, as to what you said earlier, if we want to do anything extra, it should be now before we anger the purple worm.
Guess you could think of it as cutting off its food supply.
To be fair, they're trucked. It doesn't really matter, I think.
Pretty sure don't eat anything.
If we're going to do anything with them, we should probably deal with that horn first, unless you guys think that 4 of them is not exciting enough.
I do tend to agree on that. Reinforcements are annoying.
Okay. I guess you're doing that. You begin to make preparations to attack these guys. Guy with horn. Um,
What's the
I'm
horn?
rationalizing it like this. Are we gonna sneak past them twice? Maybe. Or can we just smash the heads in once and not worry about them chasing us on the way back?
What's the horn made out of?
it looks like a. Huh.
Is it made of metal?
No, it looks like a composite material of not carcass. What's the word? Like natural horn material. There's a specific word for it. I just don't remember.
Keratin.
Thank you.
Burnable. So it's
Same stuff as nails and hair and
Yeah.
horn are all made of, but it's
It definitely looks
Yeah.
natural rather than man-made. But the way it looks, I don't think anyone would know except maybe Kobo.
Gothos was in a near Underdark military for a while. If there's any sort of military horn,
Yeah, I guess that'll also work. But you can tell that this horn is made out of strong and sturdy material from a creature in the Underdark. These type of creatures are very rare, if not, well, not impossible to find. But they specifically make a sound that, unless you've touched the horn before, you would not have been able to hear it. The creature is very hard to find, but not impossible to find. This type of thing, it comes from what is known as... I'm not going to give you the name because you wouldn't know it, technically.
just looks like a fancy horn. No,
But you
that's one
know
of
it's a
those
creature
special,
that is transformed from an illithid. Well, a mind flayers, you would know them. Which is why it doesn't emit a sound the normal way others would hear it.
we call it a brain horn.
Sure.
How is it carrying this horn?
Just to its side, like a water pouch.
Alrighty.
Like a canteen.
Can someone sneak up and snatch the horn before we attack?
They are super keeping watch, so possible. Just
I mean,
don't
we
like
could
walk
try.
in front of them and take the horn
Mm,
without a plan.
I could turn invisible and try to do it.
Yeah, I guess that would work.
Okay. So you guys want me to pass them and wait? What am I doing? Can you pass them and
Trying to take their horn or something?
Okay. I'll turn invisible and give it a try.
Okay, the guy with the rook is the one with the horn. I just couldn't
I'll
find
check
a
my
horn
spell
icon.
Visibility. Distraction whenever. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Does anyone prepare in case something happens?
Yeah, get ready for combat. Yeah.
You guys prepare yourselves when things truly happen. Toulouse, you go invisible. Immediately go in for the stealth check. 16 is pretty good, even with their passives active. You begin to make way, and you can tell that so far you've made no sound. Enough for them to notice you. So you can easily get to their side without problem or concern. You reach the southmost end one, which just means the one closest to you. I don't know why I said it that way. And go ahead and roll stealth. Well, not stealth, sorry. Sleight of hand. Advantage, because you're invisible.
Oh, advantage.
I don't think it mattered.
I rolled a nat 20.
No, you just rolled well.
Yeah.
The loose
I
ghost
did.
hands.
Okay. Normally, invisibility just stops working once you do an action. But that's usually like an attack or like a spell.
I believe it. I'm not sure. What does it say there?
Yeah, it's
For a
stops
target
when
that
you cast
attacks
a
or
spell.
casts a spell.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
it's not
think
an
you just
attack.
take the horn.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
you stay invisible.
Yeah, like Toulouse, you know how your spell works. So when you take the horn, you put it underneath your clothes. So when that happens, it also becomes invisible. Like Toulouse, he's pretty smart. He wouldn't be dumb. Like,
Yeah.
guys, I got the horn, and quickly goes over towards you, and it's flying in the air.
He high fives the guy he took the horn from. No.
Apparently, carrying it's enough for it to go invisible too. They do specify
Huh.
anything the target's wearing or carrying.
No, like
Ooh.
when they cast a spell. Like that's a
Wait, what?
specific rule. Like when they're carrying it or wearing it, when they cast a spell, that makes it also invisible. But
Oh, okay,
when they
okay.
become invisible, the thing that they take while invisible does not just immediately turn invisible. You have to put it underneath something to do that.
Alrighty.
Right? 'Cause you can't just touch someone's shirt and it becomes invisible.
Yeah.
That'd be
Well, you wouldn't be
funny as
carrying it or
fuck.
wearing it in that case.
Yeah, you have to cloak it underneath something that's already invisible on your person for it to also turn invisible.
Go ahead and kick back.
And then,
Yeah.
then we all left. No.
You do so. You've already rolled stealth, so you quickly return back.
Okay, let's go, guys.
You hear out of thin air.
I'm here. I got the thing. I got the horn.
Wait, Toulouse, did you like see over the wall what they were like guarding or whatever?
Didn't
Did
say
I
they
happen
would.
to? Can I roll?
What's your passive?
My passive is 20.
Oh.
If-
Why do you guys keep doing this
Oh.
session? What do I tell you other than the truth?
This is true.
You're like
What?
motherfucking 20.
Good job, Rialta. You have broken the DM.
I broke.
Dogma.exe stopped working.
It's because you don't like the thing. That's why I did it. Okay.
That makes things easier in the future.
Break open the PDF, spill its secrets. Fuck you, Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, you take the horn and like you peer over because you're like that over the wall like structure. Something on the other side seems to be a conversation. You hear on the other side. You do see a whole bunch of other individuals. From what you can tell, they are also fellow troglodytes. You're not a troglodyte. You're a tabaxi. I mean, like the guys that are guarding. One of them does state, "Look alive! Haslat is saying something to us." So you know that the guy that's talking to everyone else is Slap. He looks towards the individuals that are there. A good amount of them are honestly on the other side, maybe 20 to 30 of them. He does seem to be ordering his followers to commence their attack in 20 minutes after something happens. He goes along the lines of, once they reach this area, we will commence our attack. Unless you intervene in some way or fashion, this is likely going to happen. He orders his fellow troglodytes to rush an area across the stream where they will likely... he tells you the plan, basically. He tells you the plan. It's going to be weird the way I say it, because I honestly didn't think you would get here. But this is what it is said in the PDF. Orders his fellow troglodytes in Area 2 to rush across the stream where the troglodytes in Area 3 rain javelins down supplanted within the area, telling his side of the plan. I'm just going to give you this information. Save. Because you probably didn't memorize all of that. I know I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's basically over here. There is a rogue spy, like, listening to all these plans, like, jotting subterfuge plans behind and around it. And then that one roguish spy leaves the area. It seems something's going down. You make it back to the other side.
And I tell everybody that. And I got the horn.
Got the horn?
Yeah.
But there's like 80 of them behind the wall.
30.
Yeah. So but they're having their own war. I guess. Should we just scoot on by?
Yeah, maybe we don't want to give them
Should we
something
just?
to unite against.
Like, if you want to help the chieftain that's going to be attacked, like, taking out this outpost would be a good ideal thing. Like, you don't have to be involved, but you can just take these 4 dudes out to help out. Or not. Up to you. You don't know why they're fighting.
Oh, Toulouse told us something about the troglodytes are going to kidnap some guy's daughter or something. So
Yeah, chieftain's daughter.
how fast can we take out 4 guys and keep moving before we're noticed?
Pretty quickly.
Yeah. Overall, as I'm against kidnapping. So these guys are the kidnappy ones. They're not the ones trying to prevent the kidnapping.
No, they're trying to do it.
What is
Yeah.
their armor situation looking like?
Naked.
That works for me.
Yeah, if you guys want to sneak up and then do your stabbies, me and Tannhauser can jump up and chop somebody's head off lickety split. I imagine Bract would enjoy descending with holy vengeance upon some people who are trying to kidnap a girl. That sounds like a holy endeavor, huh, Bract? Huh? Slap his leg. Hey?
No.
Hmm?
Sure.
Hey, Kobo,
Yeah,
what is your wall situation looking like?
pretty Wally.
How far
Kinda
apart
high.
are how far apart are these troglodytes from each other?
Ten feet apart.
Hmm.
Can they be placed in a 20-foot circle?
Do we really need a whole lot
if
of
you
like
bend
tactical
them.
discussion before we just murder these 3? I mean, I think we can take them. Do we
Well,
have to?
we might not have to take them. I've got an idea for a little bit of shaking and bacon here with Kobo's assistance.
But we have to kind of get them a little bit closer together first, I think.
Well, actually, no. Wall, because the wall of fire can be pretty long, can't it? Let's take
Yeah,
a look.
but I thought we wanna.
Also,
Definitely within
extremely
range.
conspicuous in the Underdark.
Yeah. Also, I realized that I did have a map for this specific area. Too late now.
Well, you can throw the map up. That's fine. We'll
It
readjust
makes
here.
no sense. I have nothing on the map.
Okay.
I mean, I'll show you, but it makes no sense. I have nothing on the map. Let's see here. Hamlet 1, Hamlet 2, Mansion, Untitled, Troglodyte Lair.
The lair of the troglodytes.
So I guess my question, okay, do the troglodytes look like they have anything interesting other than the horn that Toulouse took?
Honestly, no. They have like speared weapons, makeshift hand axe weapons as well. They likely are going to just use their claws if anything happens. They are not well built for military combat, more like guerrilla tactics.
Well, because the idea I had in mind, I mean, may be very visible, but we don't really have to hang around while it's doing its thing.
No, you don't.
So if we want to go ahead and delegate their death to a little bit of remote activity, great. Otherwise, if people want to risk getting into a situation that requires band-aids, we can always go ahead and attack them. How tough do these troglodytes look?
They can probably take a punch. Probably not a lot of magic though.
Like with a punch, do you mean a punch of Calso, or do you mean a punch of me?
How much max damage can Brock do?
Let me double check.
From a punch.
What is your weapon? From a punch? Well, D4.
Ah, from a punch. Yeah, that is only 6.
Uh,
8 if I'm raging.
They'll take more damage from you, but it's both.
No, I was
I
more
guess.
talking about hitting him with a sword. But
Like sword, they can probably take Nom
Regular
Nom sword, but
sword
maybe
damage.
not anyone else's sword.
Yeah, we can just like take him out. We can save her.
All right,
But
fair
I guess
enough.
you weaken their,
Sneakies
weaken
want
their
to get up
defenses.
there. It's just a hit and run thing, so there's nobody here on our way back.
Yeah, very true. What do you guys do?
Well, all right,
Thomas,
well,
you're still invisible. Why don't you get set up and attack first?
So,
Toulouse,
yeah,
are you
attack
still invisible? No,
Yeah, I'm still
can't
here.
see you.
Last for an
I'm
hour.
still- Said I'm still here.
You scared me. Okay, yeah. Why don't you go ahead and get up there, and whenever you're comfortable stabbing someone in the kidneys by surprise, the rest of us will do our thing.
So we're gonna attack these 4 guys.
Yeah, just so they're not watching the way on our way back.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you guys have the first initiative strikes. They just go after you if they survive.
Okay. So I'm gonna put myself back here.
how close
actually-
can we get to them?
40 feet before they can potentially see you.
You know what? Hold on.
Like Toulouse is
Before I
invisible; they can do
go-
whatever they want. But everyone else 40 feet before they can
Before
potentially see you.
I go over there, where did my spell go? I have.
You can ignore true distance.
okay.
Can't I?
How high up is the wall that they're on?
No, I'm just-
15 feet.
no,
And
I'm
I
fine.
fly in here.
15 feet.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
with their spears, they can hit you, but it's a weird angle, I guess.
I'm gonna attack the guy at the far. Tell my team which guys I'm gonna go for.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for the guy at the top.
I'm gonna go after the former horn bearer.
Top one.
Just gonna rub salt in that guy's particular wounds.
Dasha go after Hornbearer or the guy above him if Boom fails or succeeds. Vizrin will take last point in case someone still needs to die. And Nan will just heal. Or aid, in case.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and take first strike at this one, and I'm gonna use Gwen.
Yeah, okay.
So just go ahead and pull out my sword and stab him.
Fucked. Advantage and sneak attack damage if you hit.
Advantage. Gwen.
Yeah,
Does a 26 hit?
26 does it.
So then roll your sneak attack.
Sneak attack. Right. Sorry. Where's my sneak attack? Sneak attack damage. Nothing popped up. Why did nothing pop up?
Click on it.
Is it because I have dark
Click on
mode
the name. Click on the name. Sneak attack damage in the text box.
Maybe it's because I'm gonna switch back. Oh, it's 17. It's there.
It's there, it's
just not
invisible.
because of dark mode.
Oh,
That's because it
Oh,
rolled such
so
high
it is.
stealth.
so it is.
Sneak attack damage.
You go
Dun,
into the
dun.
area and immediately stab into his jugular. with so much force and ice damage that it just circulates through his body, just causing him to die without making a sound, and he's just straight up dead. I will tell you, these guys have 20 health.
Oh,
Oh,
So you killed him twice.
Yep.
twice.
You overkilled him.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Okay. Boom, you're up next.
all right. I am going to charge up to the former horn bearer, and I'm going to say, "Hello. Would you like to sound the alarm?" As I go ahead and try to attack him twice with the Necro Sword. The first time will be a normal attack.
14.
14 does hit with an AC of 14.
Wow.
Alright.
You gotta put a little extra spice on it, though.
Alright. And the second one, I'm going to go ahead and use Booming Blade.
It's a 10.
And apparently I'm going to miss. So,
You go in
should use
for
Booming Blade first.
You strike in for 16 points of damage, which almost brings him down significantly, but not enough to kill him. He goes for his horn, but unfortunately, he can honestly go for his horn for a reaction. It's a good thing you took it, because it's gone. He's surprised.
And I go ahead and retreat back to where I started.
All right. Using cat-like reflexes, you bounce back. Dacha did state he would go after your guy in case he failed, so he's going to throw his weapon.
The boom. Do you get disengaged as a tabaxi, or?
I got disengaged because I took the I took the mobile feat. So if I attack something with a melee weapon, whether I hit or miss, I don't provoke any
nice.
opportunity attacks
Okay.
from that thing.
Nice.
Dacha just straight up threw his sword at the thing and it died.
Yeah.
He can't do less than 4 damage with the blade, so he just straight up just dies. The blade disintegrates and comes and reforms back into his hand. Dead. Bract, you're up next.
Okay, I am gonna fly over, because I have to move it for that.
And descend with righteous divine fury.
And I will bring my sword down on these troglodytes. I will attack recklessly with Great Weapon Master and bring swift justice to this world.
Okay.
Reckless. That's not befitting a barbarian.
I believe
that
Reckless
is
gives you
25
advantage,
points
so
of
20
damage.
does hit. You go for the, I'm going to say the one closest to Toulouse, and smash! 15
what
plus
where's
11.
poison?
Oh,
Immediately
wait.
just stomp him out.
What? Why am I doing poison damage, Manny?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, it should be venom damage. We had this discussion earlier.
Oh, and you have reckless built into that.
That is because I'm swinging with the wrong sword. Nanny, why?
Why do you have such a poisony sword?
I do not know. Like apparently I
There's-
did
Well,
forgot
it's
to
like he
disable
said.
something.
If your worm turns purple, you might need to see a doctor.
Boom.
Well, it's a 15 to hit, and I do 25 points of radiant damage. For some reason, that one was fucked up. My apologies.
It's fine. Thank you for clarifying. The 25 radiant damage are just straight up kill them.
He explodes in radiant fire.
He
We're
explodes
trying
in
to be
radiant fire.
subtle. We're trying to be subtle.
Is the radiant fire an area effect or just that one dude?
No, that is just that one dude. That is me hitting him with my sword.
He just disintegrates in fire.
Okay, and then we will multi-attack into the other guy. That is a 16.
Still reckless,
I
so
fixed it
16
for
does hit.
27.
That's dangerous. Just straight up dead.
Split.
Just popped his top. Just chunk.
Sorry,
Murder
Gathos
him.
and Kobo.
No.
Split,
They just
split.
straight up died.
Kobo's just standing there in the ready position. He's got his fingers up. You can see the magic crackling around him and a little spark in his eye. And then he just kind of goes, "Oh, Well,
And they're dead.
job well done.
Yeah, you're just
Brack
like
turns
jumping-
around, gives them the finger, the thumbs up.
Pat on
Gothos
the
is
back
a
for everybody.
Gothos is a career
Good job.
sergeant, so he's sitting there on his mount, being like, "Yep, good, yeah, good work, team. I can take credit for this."
Gothos is in the
good.
corner, like doing
Delegating.
managerial work. Kobo's like jumping around, like slapping his face. All right, go time. Dragon form coming up. Oh, they're all dead. You can tell. Well, Gothos
I look
can
over
tell.
at Gothos, and it's like, yeah, it's a good thing they weren't Dilithids.
Yeah. Gothos and Boom, you can both tell that because they have this defensive wall down, even if they take that daughter of the chieftain prisoner, because they have a defensive flank broken down, the other side will easily take them back, and honestly, potentially pincer them in two separate areas. You can effectively
Hey.
not do anything, and you've given the other side a great advantage.
This may be a bad idea, but given how easy these were to take out, if we go ahead and solve this abduction problem, maybe these other critters will be willing to owe us a favor. May be useless, but might be helpful to have some sort of vague allies.
Yeah, sure. So when we attack Mans
If not,
and
we can
Barents,
teach them the error of their ways.
Yeah, true. Like when we attack Mans and Barents, they can attack the gate and die there instead.
Yeah.
So, you're suggesting that we leave like a "we did this" sort of a, like note.
I was thinking more like we just kill the rest of their assault force. I mean, we've got 2 minutes, I think.
It's up to you. I will state though that the leader is named.
He's
In other
probably
words,
gonna have.
player levels.
In other words, he has more than 20 hit points.
Probably.
But that's why I have accent search.
We're feeling cocky, right? No.
Yeah. What you decide next is entirely up to you. I am not going to stop you because why not? Let's see how this goes. But we'll figure that one out next time as we end the session for today.
Yay.